Are you still doing turkeys the old school way by baking them in the oven? Come on, man. This year, we're gonna do something a little different. Instead of baking this thing in the oven, all boring like, and hoping it comes out juicy, I'm gonna try my hand at smoking the turkey on the Pit Boss this time. And I've got this kit here from Meat Church that has the brine and the rub, which I already had the rub, and I'm actually not gonna use the one that comes in this kit. I'm actually gonna use the honey barbecue hog. This is the brine that's gonna mix with a gallon of water. We're gonna put this sucker on some ice in an igloo and let it sit there overnight. So if you don't have a big fancy Yeti, which I don't, I need to get one. And if you're looking for Christmas gifts for me, I'd like a Yeti. I don't have a Yeti to put this in for brining, so what I have found, I got this at HEB. These are brine bags. It says it holds up to 20 pounds. Now this is a 13-pound turkey. So once I mix the brine and a gallon of water in here, I'll set the turkey. Then I'll set this in my not Yeti igloo. And then I'm gonna dump 2 bags of ice around it and let it rest overnight. This is definitely a cheaper route. This was less than $3 and it has 5 bags. So you could technically get through 5 Thanksgivings with it. So if you're doing this like I am, this is about the largest thing I could find. I didn't have anything that was a gallon. So I had to do this mixture twice with the brine ingredients that come in the box. No big deal. This bag turned out really great. You want to be careful if you're doing this by yourself. As I was pouring this, the bag wanted to start closing up on me. But other than that, this actually turned out pretty good, and it looks like it's gonna be able to hold it pretty well. So I'm gonna put this in the igloo, put it on ice, and it's gonna sit through the night. Tomorrow, which is Thanksgiving Day, we're supposed to eat around 4 p.m. So I will put this on the smoker around 1 p.m., maybe a little sooner. Smoke it around 275. Should be a process of about 3 hours, but I will show you how that's done tomorrow. Okay, so the turkey's been sitting in the igloo overnight. It is nice and juicy. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this turkey out of this bag as best I can without making a huge mess. So we'll see how that goes. That will not be on video. I'm actually gonna take a pause here, get this out, get the juice out, and then we'll come right back. Okay, so getting the turkey out of the bag wasn't a big deal. Just set the whole thing down in the sink, pull the turkey out, the bag will sit in there with all the juices, and you can put it on your board, and then you can do whatever you need to do with the leftover brine. So what we're doing is a technique this time where we're gonna cut this bird open and lay her flat, which is called spread cut. So what I'm gonna do is, you wanna invest in some good shears for food, not cutting the yard. And we're gonna go right through here on either side of the spine, and that's what's gonna lay this thing open. Then you gotta flip it over, break out the breastbone, or cut it out. You can do it either way. Okay, that's rough. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a line on here so I can see where I need to cut the spine out. You don't necessarily have to do that, I guess. Oh, wow. It is an awful sound. If you think I'm struggling, it's because I am. That is not going how I expected. I think it's because I think I'm on the spine in some spots. Okay, I'm sorry if that didn't look glamorous. That was a little more difficult than I thought. So what we're gonna do now is we're going to open this bird up, and we gotta get this breastplate out of here. Some people just flip it over and put some pressure on her. Try and spread it open. I guess I could give that a shot too. Not worry about the breastplate. Oh yeah, I think that'll be fine right there. Yeah, okay. So that's laying pretty flat. I think that'll work. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna get this cleaned up for the viewers that got a weak stomach, get the spine out of the way. And I'm gonna get this dry rub on here, so be right back. Okay folks, we got everything cleaned up and out of the way. Now what we're gonna do is get some of this honey hog barbecue. Like I said earlier, this is not the one that came in the kit, but this is what I'm gonna use. So we'll do this pretty liberal. Go ahead and coat everything. I'm also probably gonna get underneath that skin too. Let it get on the meat. You can also, you know, even after you get this on the grill, you can go out there and add more of this rub if you need to, if you feel like you missed any spots. So I'm just gonna let this sit for probably about 10-15 minutes. Let this rub do its magic. I'm gonna give it a nice yellow tint. She's gonna look pretty by the time she's done. I've got it on the grill. I'm running 275. That's gonna take probably 3 hours, close to 3 hours. I'm gonna be doing some butter every 25 minutes or so and checking on it. We wanna be 165 in the breast. And in the last 10 minutes of the cook is when I'm gonna put a glaze that I got from HEB. Set real nice, it'll look great. So we'll come back in just 25 minutes. Guys, it's been just under 3 hours. This thing looks great. I've been putting a butter on about every half hour to make sure that, you know, everything isn't drying out. This is a Kentucky bourbon sauce that I got from HEB. I've just warmed it up a little bit. We are in our last 10 minutes. I've already probed this thing. It's running 165 in the breast, so we're right at the point where it needs to be sauced, glazed. It's gonna sit on there for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, I'm pulling it. It'll be good to go. So I'm gonna get this thing dressed up. And when 10 minutes has gone by, I'll pull it and I'll bring it inside the house and we'll get some video of that. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut into it first time. I have never had this before. Family's here, it's time to eat, so we gotta get this rolling. And as for today, we have a special guest, my brother. He's gonna come in. I can tell you right now, this is gonna be great.
All right, let's check it out.
He's gonna do the official taste test.
All right.
It is moist.
It's perfect.
Okay, there you have it, folks. It is perfect. We will do another turkey next year, probably a little bit different, maybe a different glaze. I don't know. We'll see. Thanks for tuning in.